Hey everybody, I'm Mama Baird and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I have another food bank haul for you. Now this is our local food bank. You're allowed to go once a day if you need to. I like to go once a week. I feel like that really helps supplement my family just to be able to get us through in these tough times. One thing I always like to mention in the beginning of my videos is that the food bank is for everybody in the community. Yes, some of them might have income limits, but keep going to them. You never know when it might change if you don't qualify. Keep trying. A lot of them don't. Like mine doesn't have an income limit. Anybody in the community is welcome to it. They get a lot of their donations from their grocery stores who are giving them their expired food. And don't be hesitant about expired food. A lot of it is still good, guys. It's just that the store is legally not allowed to sell that food anymore because of the best by date. And it's not really even a best by date, it's a sell by date. So don't be apprehensive about that. There's a lot of good food that ends up in the trash. The food waste in America is absolutely atrocious. So I don't want you to feel ashamed or embarrassed or any kind of guilt for going to the food bank, because that is what it's there for anybody in the community who needs help, who is feeling the pinch of this inflation. College students who are just trying to make ends meet, working 2 jobs, going to school, and just still don't have enough money for food. So please consider your local food bank. I do have resources listed below. If you need some help or you know somebody who needs some food, please go get yourself some food. So this is our local food bank. I go once a week. I am actually about to head out on a trip to Missouri. I'm going to go visit my family and pick up my freeze dryer from Aunt Dinah. Everybody give Aunt Dinah a huge thank you for gifting me her freeze dryer. I'm absolutely excited to get it in here and get that girl to use. The freeze dryer, not my aunt. But we're going on a long trip. It is a 24-hour trip without stops, so that means it's going to be longer than that. And I'm taking my 3 children. My husband, unfortunately, is not able to get off work, so he will be staying home to mind the animals. He better take care of my chickens. I'm gonna be mad at him. We have quite the journey, and I need some snacks for my kids, because the last thing I want to do is constantly be stopping and paying to feed my kids junk food. So I am trying to prep the best I can. My friend let me borrow one of her coolers that you can plug into the cigarette lighter and it'll give it energy so it'll stay cold like a fridge. So I am going to be able to pack cold sandwiches, cold drinks, things like that. So I'm super grateful that I got to borrow that cooler from her. I did have a couple of things that I needed to hit up the grocery store to buy, and a lot of that was just finger fruits. I was looking for bananas, apples, and grapes in particular, and I decided to stop by the food bank first to see if they had anything available. And believe it or not, they had all 3. So that's why I really want to encourage you guys to stop by your food bank first before you do your shopping. So that way any money that you could have saved because they had it at the food bank, you can now put towards either stocking up, buying a piece of meat that's on sale. Maybe your electric was higher than you thought it would be and you need to pull money from your food fund to pay your electric bill. Maybe your landlord's raised your rent, so now you have to pull from your food fund to pay your rent. So that's why I suggest going to the food bank first, seeing what you can get, and then go to the store and use your rest of your funds that way. Enough jibber jabber, let's get into this haul and I'll show you what I got. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Carolina and I live in Montana. I do a lot of food bank hauls, pantry cooking, canning, and preserving on my channel. If that's the kind of content you're into, I hope you'd consider subscribing. I would love to have you come join my family. All right guys, let's get into this haul and I'll show you what goodies I got. We interrupt this previously scheduled program for a moment from our sponsor. Patio Well is a company that specializes in deck boxes and storage sheds. They've sent me this 120-gallon to try, and guys, I can tell you, I'm already in love. It's big enough for me to hold our shovels. We can hold any of our garden stuff in there. You guys can use this if you have a pool to hold your pool noodles or any towels. It's also sturdy enough to be a bench, so you can sit on it if you need some extra seating. It's lightweight, easy to carry, and has a latch so you're able to lock it for security. My favorite feature about it is that it opens and closes with such ease. So as you can see, our garden's not really in use right now, and we have this hose that likes to dangle right here. So now that we have ourselves a nice storage box, we'll be able to put this hose in there for winter. It's big enough to hold a gas can, a couple of our pots here. We can keep our shovel in here, our extra sprinkler. We got some little gadgets and gadgets here, but plenty of room for all kinds of new stuff for the garden this year. It has braces here that help keep the lid and stuff from caving in for if there's lots of snow on there. And then it has an area right here where you can lock it and keep this closed. This product will look good in anybody's yard, back deck, or front porch, no matter where you live. So go check them out for yourself. You're gonna get 10% off all deck boxes. Oh, there's a package for me. What could it be? Oh, baby chicks. There's so much room in this. Look at all the baby chicks. Oh, ow, they're pecking me. Ow, oh, the pecs. Oh, the pecs. Oh, and this one hugs. I like this one. There we go. Oh, now he's pecking. Yeah. All right, going back to bed. Good night, chicks. Good night. And now back to your previously scheduled program. First thing I picked up was a pack of dinner rolls. They have 12 in here. I feel like this would be perfect for mini sandwiches for the kids for the car. So I'm gonna make 6 of them ham and cheese, and then 6 of them peanut butter and jelly. So that way we have a variety. I will put them either in an individual bag. Those are wet. I think there's water on my counter. I put them in individual bags, or I might do a big container. I haven't decided yet, but that's my goal for those. And then we have 2 more pounds of bacon. Now I am going to go see my mom, who is a diabetic, and she's having a little bit of trouble, so that's kind of another reason for the visits, to go see some family. And my plan is I have those 2 cases of bacon in the freezer, but she's not at the point right now where she would be able to break that down and process that. So I'm going to give her every single pack of bacon, plus anything that I have diced up and already vacuum sealed and froze. I'm gonna give her all of that, and then I will pull another case of bacon out of the freezer, and I will just break that down and vacuum seal it and just prep another case. So that's my plan for all the bacon, and I am glad I have still been picking up these pounds of bacon, so now I can give them to my mom. Maybe my dad, if he's lucky. And then I got a huge bag of apples. Look at these apples, which is great. So hopefully those will last both the trip there and back is kind of my goal. I am gonna be gone for a week, so that might be pushing it. We'll see how far I can make it last. They had one of these squash. I think this is a turbine squash. Is that what this is? Unless I'm confusing it with another one. But this one was really good, and it had really thick flesh. So I picked up one of these. Focus, focus, I need coffee to focus. It's so true. Oh yeah, okay. Then they had a container of raspberries, which I feel is also good finger food for a trip. So I grabbed that. And they had grapes. So I was going for bananas, apples, and grapes was my goal for the grocery store. And then I also needed some cheese for sandwiches, because I have a big thing of ham that I'm going to slice. I do have a meat slicer, so I'm going to be using that. But then they had grapes, which they hardly ever have grapes at the food bank. So I was super happy to get this. It's not quite as many as I would have picked up if I was at the store, but they had the raspberries, so I feel like that evens out. And that just saved, not only did it save me a trip to the store, it saved me all the money I would have spent at the store. So thank you to the food bank. It's really great that they offer this to everybody. It really just helps so many people. Speaking of cheese, they also had a bunch of these sliced salami and cheese platters. And I think the expiration date is by January 24th. And it's all vacuum sealed, guys. Like, this one's a little broken. The other ones did have the seal better, but I grabbed the one that was looser because I know I'm gonna be opening this up and making sandwiches at it. Like, I might even not slice the ham and just make salami and cheese sandwiches. I feel like the kids would eat that. So then I can save all that ham for when I get home. And if they had some cold brew coffee, which I'm going to be needing on my drive. So I grabbed one of those, and this is gonna be coming with me. They had an extra thing of buttermilk, so I grabbed this. And just so you know, you guys can freeze buttermilk. One of the tips that you guys have given me is to freeze this in ice cube trays, and each ice cube is 1 tablespoon. And then once they freeze in the tray, pop them out, put them in a Ziploc bag, label them, put them in your freezer, and then anytime you need buttermilk for a recipe, you can just pull it right out of the freezer. Or you can freeze it straight in the carton and just give it a good shake. And then I got 2 half gallons of milk. I got a 1% and a 2%. And then since I have that big cooler, I think it's big enough to fit a half gallon in there, so I might bring some milk with me so I don't have to stop for any drinks. So I'll bring like milk and water, but I'm not gonna bring any juice or anything because really don't want them drinking that many liquids, right? And then they had a big 1 pound thing of flour, so I grabbed that. 2 1-pound containers of peanut butter. And then for the sweet treat, they had some apple danishes. Oh, These hardly ever, as far as I see, get donated at the food bank because I think they sell really well. They usually always have like the almond ones or the cheese ones, but this is nice to get the apple one. So I'll probably be indulging in one of these eventually, or I'll leave them for my husband and mother-in-law because they're going to have to deal with the house and the animals. And then they had a bunch of Kirkland single pack dishwasher packets. So I picked up 10 of these. So that's kind of, or dishwasher, yeah, dishwasher. So that's kind of nice. Gives me 10 free loads of dishes, which is great. I run 1 to 2 loads per day, so that's fantastic. And then finally, they had number 10 cans of beans. So I got garbanzo beans and I got pinto beans. Now, so many of you have been bugging me for garbanzo or chickpea recipes. So I think it was a sign that the food bank had this to say, Carolina, make some recipes with garbanzo beans. So that's what I'm going to do. Once I get back, we are going to open this up and I'm going to turn all of this into several different recipes that you can make with garbanzo beans or chickpeas. So if you haven't subscribed, now's a good time, I'm just saying. So that is all I got for my food bank haul this week. I am going to be preparing some snacks for my trip though. So that is what I'm going to be cooking for you today. Is just a couple of the different snacks that I'm planning on bringing. And then we're going to make those sandwiches and get those packed up and ready to go. And then hopefully I won't forget anything. So let's get my apron on and let's get to cooking. All right, I'm gonna start prepping. So for these, I think I'm just going to cut these rolls in half while they're still attached. Let's see. Oh, they're still very soft. You see that? Whoops, get out of the way, I'm bumping into you. It's like having to work around a kid, except you're working around a tripod. There we go. Not too bad. Number 2. Oh, I hear a little crunch there. That's not bad. There we go. Not too shabby. Not perfect, but not too shabby. So I'm going to do mayonnaise first. Thank goodness I have that cooler so I'm able to do mayonnaise because we like mayonnaise on our sandwiches. I do want to start making my own with better oil than just generic, you know, Best Foods and Hellmann's or Duke's. Oh, Duke's mayonnaise is good too. Don't get a big girl started on her mayonnaise, let me tell you. Okay. And I did find 2 bologna pieces in the fridge. I'm going to use these. Gideon loves bologna, and I know he will let me have it if I do not make him a bologna sandwich. So we'll just do bologna. And then, let's see. I think that'll be okay. So 4 bolognas. Oh, bologna. Everybody else dad used to say that. Reminds me of my dad. Oh, bologna. Okay, let's do cheddar. And then I'm going to use some of this salami. Oh, yeah. And then I'm going to do the, what's this, Javier cheese? I don't think that's right, Javier cheese. Havarti cheese. And then some mustard. Thank goodness all my kids love mustard. I don't know how I managed that. Okay. What I think what I'm going to do, I don't know if I want to put this back in the bag, maybe. And now separate these. And have the ham and cheese ones in here. Well, bologna and cheese. And then salami and cheese. And now for the rest of the sliced cheese and the salami, I'm just gonna put this in a bag and we're gonna bring this with, so that's something else. If they just want cheese or they just want the salami and they don't want a sandwich, then I can just give them that. Plus, this is a good protein snack. You know, it keeps you full, keeps you going without making you tired by having lots of carbs and sugar. It's not messy. I mean, it's a little greasy, but it's not messy like chips. I'm not bringing any chips or crackers. Those little, you see, I made some little cereal snacks, and that's it. All right, peanut butter, and this is just some cherry jelly. I did not make this. Got this at the food bank, and it's been sitting on my shelf, and it was ready to get used. Goes good with peanut butter. All right. I might separate these to two in a bag. I don't usually use this many plastic bags, but I'm making an exception for myself on this road trip. I'm having the 3 kids by myself and not wanting to stop a lot, wanting to just go and trying to make it as easy on myself as possible for the most success. Oh, that's messy. Make sure I put paper towels on the list. You know, I almost like that better. I think I'm gonna do that with this too. All right, so there's 12 sandwiches between the 4 of them, the 3 kids and me. So we got those. I didn't use too much. So let's put these up. I'm gonna put these in a grocery bag, so that way if they're easy to get to, they're all contained, and then if I need to use the bag for trash or something, then I have it. Okay, the last thing I want to prep is a couple of carrots here. My kids actually like the longer ones than the little ones. I can't seem to locate my peeler, so quick trick, if you don't have a peeler, then just use the spoon. It just scrapes that off. It'll work in a pinch. Even though I don't like getting pinched. And all my scraps here. Probably shouldn't have done it all on my counter, but I have just a Target bag here that I use for my scraps that I put in stock. So I'm putting all that in my freezer. And then I just put the carrots back in the bag, and they're peeled, ready to go, ready to get handed out. We are going to be leaving in 3 days, and I need to focus on other stuff for the next 3 days to make sure that we are all set for our trip. So today's the day. The kids are out of the house with husband, and it's time to get some work done. So I got 3 recipes prepped up here that we are going to make. I also wanted to point out that I am now selling merch. I know you guys have been asking for it. I think it's a little crazy, but here it is. My very first one is a notebook. I have all different colors that you can choose from. I also have an apron coming, a t-shirt. I will leave the site below of where you can find my merch. It's just another way to help me support my channel, and you get a little bit of me in your life, close and personal to you. So if you're interested in looking at merch, check out below. If not, then don't. But here I have a list of stuff I'm gonna need. I am going to buy some fruit and stuff for the trip, so I have that listed, plus just reminders. But here, I really like this notebook, guys. I like that it folds, so it's gonna be easy. It's easy to write on this side without this digging into your hand. I really like it. And this would be nice where my kids can have a little cookbook of me. I need to start writing down my recipes anyway. So I really like this notebook already. I'm a huge fan. So the first one we're going to be making is mini donut buttered Cheerios. One of the things we get at the food bank a lot are just plain Cheerios. Now, I know the difference between a Cheerio and a Honey Nut Cheerio based on the glaze through the bag. I know, I'm a foodie, I'm bad. But we get the plain Cheerios and no one likes them because there's no sugar on them. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna add butter and sugar to them and they're gonna be quite tasty. So they might be a little messy, but I am bringing baby wipes. But this will be something little fun, a little sweet that the kids can have, and I can already have it prepped, ready to go. And I'm using up these Cheerios and getting them out of my cupboard. The next recipe I'm going to be making is a no-bake energy balls. Now I've heard about these, but I have never made them before, so I'm excited to get in there and get them going. I think this will be something really great. I can just hand back to the kids. They can munch on them. So this will kind of be a hands-off snack that I can just pass back to the kids. I can have them portioned in containers and they can hand them around. So I'm excited to try these energy balls. I think they are going to be delicious. And then the next recipe I'm making is for Mama because I need a snack for me as well. And I'm making sugar and spice nuts. I do have a bag of cashews and some almonds. I had a bag of these whole showed almonds hanging around that I needed to use up. And these are raw, so they're not really pleasant to eat right out of the bag. But I was like, you know what, let's make a sugar spice nut mix. It's usually for the holidays, but I think it'll be something nice that I can just munch on a nut here and there and keep me kind of preoccupied, as my nerves are going to be very preoccupied with my 3 children. So we're going to try this as well. I think it'll be super good. So that's the game plan. Thanks for being here to keep me company. Let's get in here and let's make some snacks. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do first are the nuts, because those require baking of 45 minutes in a 300-degree oven. So I think it's wise if I get those in first. My oven is preheated. I have my Pampered Chef bar pan here that I'm going to use to toast them nuts. Got my coffee here to make sure I stay energized. This is the, hold on. This is the coffee and chicory blend that one of you guys sent me in my P.O. box. Oh my gosh, it is so good. You guys can send me coffee anytime and you know you'll be my best friend. Oh. Even room temperature or cold, because you know us moms always gotta drink cold coffee, right? It's good. So thank you for keeping me going by keeping me hydrated with coffee. Coffee hydrates you, right? Just say yes. Okay. All right, so for these nuts, I got this oh, I do need an egg. Okay, stop. I am doubling this recipe and it calls for 1 egg white for 1, so I need 2 egg whites. Let's do that first. Oh, actually, I can do it in here. And here. That's in here. All right. Now, I got an egg white separator in my chopper from Temu. I've yet to try it, so I think I'm going to give it a try. This is also my big bowl I got at Goodwill. Yes, I'm so happy to be using it. I love big glass bowls. Okay. I'm gonna save these egg yolks because I am planning on making a lemon meringue pie soon. So you just put this in there. Ooh, it separates it. Should be able to drop it like that. There we go. There's the yolk. Wow. Look at that. That worked fantastic. All right, let's do another one. There we go. Wow, that's great. That worked fantastic. So 2 egg whites, 2 yolks. So we'll put the yolks aside. Let's get 2 egg whites in a very clean bowl. We are going to whisk these until frothy. Well, I would call that frothy, yeah? All right. And then we're gonna add our nuts. So I have 2 cups of almonds and 2 cups of cashews. I am doubling this recipe. I think I said that. And then in here, I have 1.5 cups of sugar. And then in all my spices, I have chili powder, cinnamon, cayenne, pepper, and salt. And then we're just gonna top this to coat. See, I'm just gonna use my hands. I feel like I can coat it better. Just trying to make sure every single piece gets covered in some of the egg white and the sugar mixture. All right, I'm gonna call that covered, just like my hands. Whew. Let me wash my hands. I'm gonna spray this with some cooking spray, just to make sure they do not stick. Oh, I might need another pan. Yeah, let me get a bigger pan. Switch to my full sheet. There we go. So you see how that's more of an even layer? That's how they're gonna bake, because you really only want to turn this like once while it's cooking. So you want this to be as flat as possible. There we go. All right, this is going in 300-degree oven for 45 minutes. I am gonna set a 20-minute timer though, so I can turn it and rotate it and flip it and make sure it gets nice and evenly coated. And then we'll let it cook for 25 more minutes. So let's go. All right. Next, I'm going to move on to the buttered Cheerios. So for this one, we need to hop over to the stove. All right, so I'm gonna get my heat started on like a 5, because we just need to toast these. We don't need it too hot. So I'm gonna start with half a cup of butter. This is another recipe that I am doubling, so you don't have to double this if you want a smaller amount, but I got 3 kiddos and we're a drive there and back. So I'm hoping to make enough to last both ways. I don't know if I need a bigger pan. Dang it, didn't think about that. Always happens to me. A lot of butter. All right, all of our butter is melted. So we're going to add our Cheerios. Oh yeah, that'll be room. Just want to get all this coated, and you're just going to be toasting these for 3 to 5 minutes. Just so that butter covers them. Good thing I just cleaned my stove. I'm getting Cheerios everywhere now. Okay, all the butter seems to be absorbed. Oh, there's a little patch right there. Trying to make sure I coat every Cheerio. And then, oh, calm down. And then we're just gonna let these cook a little bit, stirring them every minute or so to get new on the bottom. Oh, dang it, I forgot the vanilla. You're supposed to add vanilla to the butter. So I'm gonna add a couple of teaspoons of vanilla now. Actually, I just use all this. Oh no, not the vanilla. I swear I go through a lot of vanilla, guys, do you? You're supposed to add that vanilla to the butter, all right? So don't do what I just did. But sometimes we gotta. Oh man, that made a huge difference adding the vanilla. It already smells better. Alright, there we go. Hopefully that coated them. Alright, let's let them toast. And while these are toasting, let's move on to our energy balls. Okay, now this recipe I am also quadrupling because this is going to be for all 4 of us. So I want to make sure I have enough. So it's going to be oats, toasted coconuts, which I did this in the air fryer. I can show you how I did that real quick. So to toast this coconut, I'm going to take 2/3 of the cup and put it in my liner here that I got from Temu. Plug it in here. I'm going to try, let's do 300 for 2 minutes, and then we'll see how it goes. Seems to be working. Woo! I'm gonna call that done. So that was 4 minutes, a little less probably, in the air fryer. Toasted coconut. Bam, that was fast. I also need to grind some flax seeds. So I have some whole flax seeds here. So I'm just gonna put some in here and grind a bunch at a time. Bam, ground flaxseed. This is exactly why it's worth having good equipment in your kitchen, guys. Look, that took nothing to ground up those flax seeds or toast the coconut, and I didn't have to heat up my oven or anything. That's what I'm talking about. If you guys have been hesitant to take the plunge and invest in some good quality equipment, I highly encourage you to go ahead and do that. Start saving, look for deals on Facebook Marketplace, thrift stores, eBay, anything you can. There's a lot of people that sell good used equipment that you can get for cheap, and it's high quality stuff. So now's the time to be investing in some equipment, especially if you're gonna be making more stuff from scratch. You're gonna need good equipment, and that's worth the cost because ultimately it saves you money. And then after that, we're gonna add 2 cups of ground flaxseed and then 4 tablespoons of chia seeds. Because I'm quadrupling it, that's why there's so much. We're going to add some chocolate chips. I chose mini chocolate chips. Okay, we need more vanilla. All right, I got the vanilla, and I also stirred the Cheerios while I was over there. So this needs 4 teaspoons of vanilla, which is about a tablespoon and a girl. And then 1 1/3 cup of honey. This honey is not liquid because it's local honey. So it has crystallized, which is okay. It'll still mix up. And then we're gonna add 2 cups of peanut butter, which is one of these little jars. So I'm just gonna add all of this to it. All right, let's get all this peanut butter out of here. All right, that's all she wrote. Now I'm gonna try and mix this up. You know what, guys? I have a mixer. Let's use it. I don't feel like stirring that. It's really hard with the honey being kind of crystallized and the sticky peanut butter. I don't know why I didn't think of my mixer in the first place. Got the equipment, right? Use it. Save yourself the time. The husk. Oh, we gotta go check the Cheerios. Ah, get in there. Whoa. Oh yeah, they're getting toasty. I got 4 minutes till we need to mix the nuts up too. Let me try one here. No, it's still kind of soggy, so I'm gonna let them cook a little longer. Wow, look how much easier that is. Work smarter, not harder, guys. Oh. KitchenAid sounded like it was having a little bit of trouble with that. There we go, that's easier. Let's give it a try. Now this also needs to cool and rest so the oats won't be as crunchy, but I'm gonna try it now. I love it. All right, so I'm gonna put this back in the bowl. It's gonna chill for at least an hour, probably more than that. And then we'll roll them into balls when it's cooled. Let's go check the Cheerios. You definitely see ones that are toasting, like this guy. Burnt my tongue. Oh, that one is crunchy. See, the ones that are crunchy are good. The ones that aren't crunchy are not good. So I'm just gonna keep them toasting. And just keep turning them. It'd be better if you had a bigger pan so you would have more surface area. You could get these evenly toasted. All right, let's give these a toss. That was the toss timer. Now I'm over here. right, this is going back in for 25 more minutes. Try to make sure it's as flat as possible. I'm gonna call that done. And then I'm gonna put in the cinnamon sugar. You don't really want the sugar to cook, you kind of just want it to coat it, and then we'll put it on our sheet pan. Of course, I say the sugar don't want to cook, it's cooking. Alright, I think we're gonna call that good. We're gonna let this cool down. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of push this down. And then we're going to wrap this in saran wrap, and it's going in the fridge for at least an hour. Alright, the nuts are done. Let's get them out. Oh, they smell good. Oh yeah. Alright, so I'm going to let these cool on here. I'm going to kind of mix them around. So hopefully they won't stick together. Oh, they smell delicious. Once they cool, I'll try one for you guys. Alright, there we go. So I'm gonna try a cashew and an almond. So you get hit with this sweetness first. And then that smokiness creeps up on you, like the spiciness. Because this has got chili powder and cayenne powder. Now, I did put chipotle chili powder. I did not use just regular. Because I like chipotle. Oh yeah. That's going to hit the spot on a long road, that's for sure. For the next snack, this is some blueberry applesauce that I have made, and I put it in the dehydrator, and it makes your own fruit roll-ups, or fruit leather. So this is really easy. It's something you just tear it off and then you roll it up, and this tastes fantastic. If you guys have a dehydrator and you haven't tried making your own fruit roll-ups, I highly suggest it. This was just applesauce mixed with blueberries, and I got this one. I also, in the video, I made dragon fruit mixed with applesauce, and that was a really good fruit roll-up. Sometimes I just tear them, other times I like to use my pizza cutter here, and that's it. I got 3 bags of fruit roll-ups for the kids for the trip. And then for the energy balls, we're just going to be rolling this up. Remember, this cooled for a couple of hours, and you just make whatever kind of bite-sized balls that you like, and that's as easy as that. I do like to keep these in the fridge. On my trip to Missouri, I am going to be bringing my mom some food. I'm going to have them in insulated bags, with them being completely frozen and with a big ice pack in there. I'm hoping we can make the 2-day drive to my mom's house with all the food intact. You know, she is diabetic, so she eats a lot of meats, and with the cost of food right now, she can't really afford to buy those meats. So I am happy to be able to visit her and bring her some of the food that I have so graciously been gifted with our food bank. So I'm just gonna go through and kind of show you roughly what I'm gonna be bringing for my mom. I do have tons of bacon prepped, and I have 2 cases in my freezer that aren't prepped. So I'm gonna give her all the bacon that I have prepped, and then I can just prep another case for myself when I get home. So any prepped bacon that I have is going to mom, and there's some here that's not peppered and some that is peppered. So she's getting all that, like a whole bag full of peppered. Here's some prime steak that I sliced up from my freezer haul. I thawed all those steaks, sliced them up, put them in the freezer for like fajitas or something. So I'm giving her a pack of that. They have some of these thin pork chops that I got at the food bank. It's just her and her partner, so this will be really well a 4-pack so they can eat plus have a leftover. A couple things of Canadian bacon here. Most of this is bacon. Another Canadian bacon. Oh, here's a boneless ham I'm going to give her. And then this one is pretty much just more bacon. Here's some more pork chops. They really like pork. Here's some cooked hamburger that I just cooked up and have in the freezer. So this will be already cooked, easy for her to make a meal. I have 4 of those in here. More of the prepackaged bacon too. So that way if they want just sliced bacon, they have this. They don't necessarily have to do the portion one. Oh, here's one that I had for beans because it had big chunks in it. And more bacon. This is cooked bacon. I'm gonna get that in a freezer bag. Hopefully that'll make it. There's some more pork chops. And then I have 2 meatloaves that I have prepped already, ready to go, that are frozen solid. I can easily make myself another meatloaf when I get home. So my mom really likes my meatloaf, which is great because I like her meatloaf. So it's great when your mama likes your cooking. So I'm gonna give her 2 meatloaves ready to go as well. So hopefully this will be enough food to get her through a couple of months, definitely enough bacon to satisfy her bacon craving. And hopefully all this food makes it there without thawing. I think it'll be okay. I do have these reusable grocery bags that are insulated. Got those from Sam's Club from my mama. So it's perfect that I'm loading them up to bring to her. Yes, buddy. No, you can't watch TV. Okay, just for a little bit, it's gotta be quiet, okay? Okay. Thank you for asking first. Oh, here's a couple of packs of salami. And here's more cooked beef. Here's some cooked pre-portioned pepper bacon. These are about 1 cup portions ready to go, so she can just dump this in a pasta or something. Well, hopefully she's not eating pasta. Bad mama, you eating pasta. I wish I was there to cook for her so much. Like, it's hard having somebody who needs special diet restrictions and you're not there to help them when you know that you could do it for them, you know. Here's some more of the cooked bacon. Man, I really like those portions. I'm gonna have to do that again. Giving all this to my mama. Oh, bacon. Look at that vacuum seal, worked great. Look at that. This is from the Cromify vacuum that I reviewed. I use it and I like it a lot. It's like, this is from October and it's sealed tight. So I will leave that linked below if you have not checked out that vacuum sealer yet. All right, so there's 1 bag. I think that'll be good. Maybe get some of these in here. Ah, perfect. So there's 1. Alright, so this one's got the ham in it. I did ask if she wanted a turkey. She did not want a whole turkey, so no turkey. Bacon, pork chops, bacon, 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 bacon. Some little smokies and a pack of hot dogs. I actually have another pack. I got some room in here. I'll probably get another pack of hot dogs and fill that in as well. I'm back. So I found some more hot dogs I'm gonna throw in there. 3 things of ground beef. And then I have some ham and lentil soup that I had saved. So that'll be good for her. Ham and bean. And then here's some pre-cooked chicken, taco chicken that I had that I just had ready to go that you just need to add to stuff. So this will help because she'll have some meat cooked ready to go that she won't have to deal with. So I'm gonna throw that in there as well. And it feels good to be able to go through my stockpile and get this stuff to my mom who really needs it. Like I said, I wish she was closer so I could do this for her more often. But if I'm headed there, I might as well take advantage and bring my mom as much food as I can. Now let me get all the snacks out and I'll show you exactly what I have packed and ready for us for this trip. Got all my snacks laid out. I'm gonna go through what I'm bringing and how I'm gonna pack it. I do have a cooler here that I borrowed from a friend. Thank goodness for friends, right? That plugs into the car so it keeps this cold. It has a cooler here, a little thing to either for a tray or a separator. Okay, so that is what I'm gonna be filling up with cold items. Then I have a lunchbox here that I'm just gonna fill with the dry items that we don't need. So like my big bag of salty sweet nuts going in there. This is garlic and cheese herbless like cheese wedges. I figured this would be good for me. Look pretty good. We got this from a Christmas party couple years ago, so they need to get used up. Oh, actually, these are really hard. I'm not gonna bring them. Let's skip those, yeah? All right, and then we have a couple of packs of the fruit roll-ups I made. So those are going in there. I have some crispy okra that one of you guys sent me I really like, and it's a good crunchy snack. So I'm bringing this instead of having to bring chips. I got my 3 bags of my donut cereal I made, so that's going in there. So I think that's it on the, oh, the bananas. I'm gonna cut this. And putting bananas in there. All right, I think that's all that's going in here. I also have some sweet potato muffins that I pre-made. I pulled out of the freezer, so I'm going to bring them as well. So this moves up and down. This is a Coleman. This is a really cool cooler. It comes in handy for trips, that's for sure. So I'm just going to bring a whole thing of milk, just in case we need it. I do want heavy whipping cream for my coffee anywhere I go. I know I'm spoiled, but if I'm going to be on the road, I want my good coffee. So I'm just going to put it in a mason jar with a lid and bring that with me. And then here's all of the sandwiches we made. So those are going in there as well. Got them in a bag so they're easy to access. Our carrots, 2 bags of raspberries, separated the grapes into 3 bags. Here's our bag of energy balls, the cheese sticks, salami, 3 packs of sliced peppers, and my nitro cold brew coffee. Going in there, and I got room for more, so if we pick up more stuff or if I need to bring more, then we have it. Oh no. And then my friend also let me borrow this little organizer, which is really cool. So I have some charge cables in here, my medicine, my notebook. Over here I got some extra grocery bags, a towel just in case we need it. My mother-in-law let me borrow her pepper spray. And then I have a backup phone for mostly for playing. It doesn't have internet or anything on it. And then I got a pack of baby wipes. Got just some medicine, allergy medicine. Gideon has allergies, so I have that. I get headaches. Here's some just pain reliever. And then a generic first aid kit that I stuffed with some stuff. So we have that. And then I also have my shampoo in here because I forgot to put it in my bag. And sleep gummies for the ride, right? So we have all that, and then so I have a little extra space here for that. And then over here I have some more cough medicine, Mucinex, some lotion, and then this is empty. Don't have anything in here yet. So yeah, so this is going just as an extra carrier and organizer for the car. And those are all the things that I packed on my road trip. I did make it home safely. The trip went over fantastic. It was great to see family. I brought home the freeze dryer, and I gotta say the star of the show were those sweet spicy nuts. Anytime I was getting super tired and I just wanted to close my eyes for a bit, I would grab one of those and munch on it slowly, and then the sweetness and the spiciness really would just perk me back for a little bit, and then I'd grab another one. So I'm definitely going to be making those again. Those were awesome. The bags of frozen food made it just fine. I was able to get to my aunt's. I had a big ice pack that I borrowed from my friend that I put on there, and I had brought all of the ones that I have. I made it to my aunt's, and we were able to get that in her freezer to get it frozen enough for me to distribute. I gave some to her, I gave some to my mom, I gave some to my dad, I gave some to Aunt Dinah. So it was really nice to be able to give them some of the bacon that I was able to get from the food bank. Everything went over really well. I am happy to be home. My mom actually decided to come stay with me an additional week here at my house. So I am happy to have her here and be able to kind of just include her in our life a little bit and show her what we've been up to. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time on Mama Beards.